Hi guys, welcome to my channel. The next 5 minutes are going to change your life. I am going to show you the fastest, easiest way to get your real estate license in the state of Georgia. And oh, by the way, stick around at the end and I have a surprise. So normally when I do these videos, I kind of sort of do a lot of research and give you a whole bunch of information and throw it all out there at you. And tonight, however, I'm going to make this video just a little bit different. I am going to tell you a story. And the story is actually my story on how a single mom who basically started real estate with no car was able to manage a 6-figure income for the last 25 years. A long time ago, I met a gentleman, and in the world that I was living in, it was more chauvinistic. Women didn't make huge salaries. You know, they were secretaries and stewardesses. Actually, I was a stewardess. Flight attendant, as they called it back then. But my story is probably just like anybody else's. I got a job, I went to work, I flew the friendly skies, I had a wonderful time. But then years later, that company went out of business and traveled on a trail. And the one thing that I found out from a gentleman that I met along the way, who was one of my mentors in sales. He's a great guy, and he actually taught me that women have a tremendous amount of worth. In today's world of 2000 and plus 19, 2020, whatever year it is that you're watching this, women have evolved tremendously since early back in the 70s and 80s when I was coming up in the business world. We kind of sort of had a place, although we were trying to launch out of that place, burning bras and doing all this crazy stuff in the 70s and the 60s. But the truth of the matter was, in the workplace, it was still not particularly an equal scale. And then I found sales. And I found that if you loved what you were selling, that you could sell it to anybody because you believed in it. And if you believe in something hard enough and you talk about it with enough lust and passion, everyone will come on board with you and totally get on board and love what they're hearing and what they're seeing and all that kind of good stuff. Anyway, long story short, I got involved in sales. And for the first time in my life, I realized that my income, the sky was the limit. I could make as little or as much money as I wanted to, depending upon the one person that right now you are looking at. And every morning I have to wake up and look at, and that's in a mirror. I have to look at myself in the mirror and I have to say to myself, Ann, how much money do you want to go out and earn today? And for me, the sky's the limit. For the average person going to work, they're going to make, I don't know what, minimum wage, $20 an hour, $25 an hour. I don't know if you're an attorney, $200 an hour. You went to law school or whatever. But in today's world, in sales, the sky can be the limit. The trick is that when you are in sales, you are the master of your own destiny. So your financial income and the amount of money that you have in the bank is directly related to the person that you wake up and look at every single morning in that mirror, you. So, with that being said, I'm going to keep on going with my little story here. So, in 1994, I had my daughter. And in 1996, I had to get busy trying to figure out how we were going to eat. And I decided real estate was the path that I was going to take. Now, In the state of Georgia, there are several different ways that you can get your real estate license. Number one, if you're the type of person that, let's say that you have a regular job, you can't take 2 weeks off or 3 weeks off or whatever it is that you have to do in order to get your real estate license every single day. You can't go back to school. So they have online classes. Not here to promote it, but I do have an online real estate school down below. You'll see the link. As a matter of fact, I'm flashing it right now across the screen so that this way you can get an opportunity to take a look at it. You can go to my website and you can sign up for the real estate course. There are 3 different real estate courses that you can take online. So the first course is $349. I do not recommend that course. The reason why is because it comes with some extra information that really you don't need. It comes with a real estate recorded review national test thing or whatever. It comes with a real estate test taking tips national and real estate flashcards. None of that you need. The least expensive one, which is $239, is it doesn't have enough stuff in it. It has the pre-license course and the Math Master, which is great. However, you need to take the course with the following. The one in the middle, it's $319. A lot of times I have it on sale, so there could be better prices. Just do whatever you have to do in order to, get the best deal that you want. You can call me directly. My number is below, or email me, and I can see if we can get you a better price on it. Once you enroll, it's 75 hours, and that one it's $319. It's the gold solution. Do not do the silver solution, too inexpensive, not enough material. Do not do the platinum solution, too expensive, too much material. Just like Goldilocks and the 3 Bears, the one in the middle with the gold solution is the perfect one. So you get the salesperson pre-license course, you get the Math Master, but then you also get a Georgia real estate prep exam, state and national test, which is great. Plus you get the prep instructions. So with all of that, you should be able to do the course with no problem. The nice part about taking it online is that you're able to do it at your pace. Believe it or not, the course is 6 months long, and if you run out of time in 6 months, you can call me and we'll call them up and see if we can get you another month extension, which is crazy. You should be able to sit down and do this course in no time at all. The one good thing about the online course is that you cannot move on to the next section until you pass the section you're in, which is awesome. There are 2 things that I'm going to tell you, little secret tricks. Get yourself a little notebook. There are 2 things that if you study: the vocab words to understand what they're talking about in a sentence. Number 2, make sure that you understand the math, very easy math, percentages, and if you can count and add and subtract, multiply and divide, you'll be absolutely perfect for the math portion. The biggest question you have to ask yourself is, how much do I get paid on this sale through my commission? Just kidding. No. But yeah, that's definitely part of the calculations. You want to figure out square footage, you want to figure out a lot of things, but one of the big things is obviously your commission. Well, it's 75 hours long, which is great. And as I said, you move from chapter to chapter to chapter to chapter. And you cannot move on to the next chapter until you pass the chapter that you're in. That I found that I've done it both ways. Actually, I did my real estate school test by going to real estate school, and I'll tell you in a minute where that is available also here in Atlanta. And super easy. People are wonderful over there. It's awesome. However, me personally, in a schoolroom environment, sometimes the teachers get kind of sort of off topic, and I get a little distracted by that. And I found that my online real estate school, for me personally, was a better choice, just because it kept me very targeted and on track, and I didn't have to ask questions, and nobody was telling me their stories. I was just learning the material. So boring as it may be, it afforded me the opportunity to be able to, number one, do it, and number two, it gave me the opportunity to be able to do it in my pace, at my pace. So the regular real estate license test, that was before they had really computers, since it was 20 something years ago. There were no online courses. So I did go to real estate school. However, when I did my broker's test several years later, I did it through the online school. I passed it with flying colors, super easy to do, stayed right on target. And so I like the online stuff. I like both. I can deal with both. But when I've got to get something done and understand it and do it quickly, I want the online. Step number 2. So there are 2 regular real estate schools that you can attend. One is called Captus. That's actually the one that I went to. It's in North Atlanta, over in the Sandy Springs area. And then there is Barney Fletcher. So truthfully, either one is fine. Just pick one that is close to where you live and easily accessible to you, so that to make your life really easy. Either one is, equally good. Just go online. One, like I said, is Captus. The other one is Barney Fletcher. So now you've completed your 75 hours of education, either online or through a real estate school. Your next step is to complete the test with the real estate school. Past that, it is now time to complete a background check. You have to take the licensing examination to apply for your active salesperson's license. In order to become an active salesperson, you need to have a sponsoring broker in order to apply for your active license. You can take the test and become inactive, but that sort of defeats the purpose. If you would like to find out more information about having a broker sponsor you, if you'd like also a private consultation, you're welcome to either email me or give me a call. I'll be happy to schedule an appointment at my office with you at Keller Williams First Atlanta in the greater Atlanta area, so that this way I can be happy to mentor you through the process and then get you started in real estate. I'm very excited to be able to put this out there for everyone. As I told you in the very beginning, I started real estate without a car. It turned out to be a very lucrative choice on my part in order to do that. Just so you know, my first listing was a for sale by owner. My first sale was through an open house where somebody came in and wanted to list their property with me. And I went and listed it. And then the number one agent in my office had a buyer for it, and I sold it. And the rest is history. I got a brand new car, leased one brand new Jeep Cherokee every year for the next 5 years. So life was good. Life is still good. And if you can wake up every single morning and say that you are literally going somewhere to do what you love, well then, it doesn't get better than that. I've been doing what I love for the last 25 years and will continue to do it for as long as I can. So I'm enjoying every minute of it. I've never gotten bored. The one thing I will tell you that is every day is different, people are different and wonderful. And House America Real Estate and Ann Milano, associate broker and real estate coach, is putting people in their houses and making dreams come true, one family at a time, one house at a time, and helping realtors to achieve their personal goals. This year, I'm proud to say that out of the handful of realtors that I mentored, 3 of them will be receiving awards from the Atlanta Realtors Association. I'm very proud of those folks. And one of them is probably going to be Rookie of the Year for their particular office. That means that they've only been selling real estate full-time for the last 12 months and have only been licensed since 2018. So with that being said, you know what to do next. So I've given you all the instructions. Give me a call. Use the email below to ask any questions that you like. Use all the resources that I've given you here. And like I said, if you have any questions, I'm happy to answer them at any time. Just tune in to my channel. Oh, before you leave, be sure to subscribe. And I told you that I was going to have a surprise for you. So here it is. If you decide that real estate is the career path that you would like to take, once you've passed the real estate test and are able to get your active license, I will give you a copy of the book that made millions of real estate agents across not only just the country, but the world, some of the top realtors and top income earners in our profession. Can't wait to meet each and every one of you. Bye for now.